Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all well and safe and having a great day. Thanks for joining me today. My day's been going pretty well. You may recognise this painting from 3 or 4 years ago. One of the first paintings I did on my channel. It's at Stratford upon Avon, and I wanted to see how if my style's changed at all. Have I improved? What am I doing different? So I thought I would give it a go. This is the finished result. You'll get to see the original painting I did in the video. Wait till the end and you'll get to compare the two side by side. Please comment, which one you liked. This might not go too well. Let's just watch the vid. Okay, I'm in Rebel 4 and I am going to try and reproduce, well, not reproduce, paint again a picture that I did many moons ago on this channel in oils. I think I probably painted it in Artrage, I'm thinking. So what I want to do now, I'm in Rebel, and I want to first of all see how this painting shapes up in Rebel, but also just see how much my paint style has changed since those early days of my channel, really. If at all, with the oil paints. I could do this in pastel. In fact, I might do this one twice. I might do it in oils and in pastels, because the pastels, very different style, as you know. Actually, this is an underpainting, by the way, so I kind of want it fairly bold colours. I think the actual process of painting, it's the Alt key for picking a colour off the canvas in Rebel. I think my actual beginning process has changed, what I can tell. Definitely a little bit more I begin with a bit more detail than I used to. Certainly wouldn't have done an underpainting like this, I don't think. Oops. I think I need to make that a bit smaller. Going off there, haven't we, like that? About it. Oops, wrong key. Keep pressing the control key. I think in Critter it's the control key to change colour. Shame they don't all stick to a standard. Kind of about right. 1, 2, 3, maybe a bit wider. That one. The next one's quite thin. Surprised I'm even counting these. I don't normally bother that much. That's it. I'll do. I'll let you kind of just thinking about the perspective a little bit. Make sure I've got that right. Just slants down a bit. Don't forget this is only the underpainting, it's going to change. They will need to come up a bit actually. Just draw a line, kind of like that. Give me an idea. That's it. Do that. Right, I'm in business. That's my underpainting. Let's create a new layer. Oops. I'm not going to look at the original painting at all again. I don't want to do that. Otherwise, you know, it will be a copy. Let's change the brush. Box in. I do know the original painting was kind of quite flat in tone, and I kind of want to, my instincts, because I've got much more bolder with the use of colour than I ever had in those days. I think I'll find that the painting styling is, it's really loose. That's probably not changed at all. Mixing this purple and green together because I think that looks really, really sharp. A bit darker there. No thick paint yet, just using. I could put tree trunk in there. Okay, maybe. Just a little indication. Interesting start. I suppose I should really kind of bring this down here for the water. Get this reflections in. Ooh, those yellows look quite cool, don't they? Like acting on that water. Yeah. Purple colour in here. This is a place called Stratford upon Avon, by the way. Birthplace of William Shakespeare. This was the very first place Special K and I went together as an adventure, a trip, holiday, whatever. We didn't book, we just went on the spur of the moment. And we didn't think it was going to get anywhere to stay when we got there. Everywhere seemed to be full up, but eventually we found a really nice little, it was a B&B, bed and breakfast. And we had a lovely couple of 3 days there. Just totally exploring. The Christmas shop, we went in the summer, but they've got an all year round Christmas shop there, as well as obviously all the theatres and everything. The Shakespeare's Theatre, I can't remember what it's called now. but we didn't go. I know for a fact that what I'm doing here is very different to the original stuff, and I'll tell you why. I'm not even looking. The photo. Just sort of going with the flow. Whereas I think when I first started the channel, I was a little bit more inclined to spend more attention on the photo, looking at the photo, trying to get bits of detail in and things. That's looking better. And maybe even worrying about colours more. And now I think I was mixing. I was creating a palette at that time. I'd be working off a palette, and I would stick religiously to that palette, knowing that I would get a good colour scheme, you know. But I think these days I've done so many paintings now that I feel confident. I'm just confident, I think. With choosing colours. We love Stratford. It was beautiful. And we've not been back. I don't know why. Well, I guess we've not been back this last year because of the COVID thing. I would definitely love to go again. Right. I just want to get. Do I want to put the lamppost in before I put the sky in? Made that a bit big, didn't I? Probably. Let's just get it in. It just seems to be the way that I've been working recently, where I can. That's great. Kind of been painting these negatives, really. Whereas before I'd have just crashed the sky in. I'm tending much more these days to be. Oops, a bit big. I'm sort of not going in with the sky straight away. So that's different. That's very different to what I ever did before. Still just using this filbert brush. I'm very happy with that. This is the filbert 3, by the way. I am a firm believer if you can get away with just using one brush, do it, because while you're changing brushes, it's kind of interrupting the flow of the painting. So I'm all about on key again. Do you find that weird? I need to zoom in on this a bit. I think I probably do. Just to reckon. Wants to be a bit warmer as well, doesn't it? We'll need a bit. Just a touch. I'll do for now. I'll probably come back in, tweak it a bit with some thick paint in a bit. I want to zoom out. That's quite a big. Oh, we've got another one here, haven't we? Too. Kind of like that. And a couple more lights down there. What have we got? I've got a feeling that there are. Oh, knives. Here we go. I've got some knives. Just want to. If I start messing around with knives, the last time I did that, it just totally changed the painting. A dabber, what does a dabber do? These knives give texture, look at that. Zoom in a bit, look. See the texture there? That's interesting. That's something I'm going to be playing around with in a bit. Ah, look at that. I really like that. Is it? I'm tempted to. Just go in with. I knew this would happen if I start using knives. This is just the regular knife. Let's put a sky in. Not conducive to sharp edges. Try the knife too. Oh, that's the one that gives the texture, look. I'm going to be able to get the texture on this side because I'm left-handed and it's kind of the way I'm leaning. I've just sort of crashed this teal. That knife, what does that do? That's better. I don't want all this texture in the sky, to be honest. I just got carried away for a second there. Sorry. Yeah, I've just put this teal sky in, and is it really what I want? I'm not sure. Now let's see. Look at that. You see why I prefer going the opposite way round? Oh, well, let's undo all of that anyway, because it's in the wrong place. Be more there. That's it. There. I like the sky colour. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it. Right up there. Just need to go more like that. Come out a little bit. See that glow. Let's get in with the thick paint brushes. Rough oily, what does that do? A bit big. Oh, that's definitely thick. It's a bit see the bristles. Can we oiliness load in? Like it. Whoops. I think that should be, if I'm putting these scales in, should be a little bit darker. Why have we done that? Probably a bit. What's this flat palette knife? What I'm going to do now, just zoom in on this a bit, just undo that, and what I want to do is look where that lamppost is and have a negative shape there like that. Probably put a bit more colour in that. Try this rough, wet, flat brush. Thick, wet. I'm just trying different brushes to get the effect I want. I'm not happy with any of those at the minute. It's quite a nice one. Yeah, I like that. Look at that texture we're getting going there. It's very dark, isn't it? Let's get some green in that. I think I need a new layer, you know. I think I need a new layer for this. Let's create a new layer. Maybe change the blend mode to multiply. I'm going to add paint. Loading down a bit. Is it working? Doesn't seem to be, does it? Maybe I don't want thick paint. Maybe I want... Loading down a bit more. More oiliness. What's this? Paint and blend. Might help if I had a different colour. Yeah, that's working. Now I probably need a bit more paint. I want to kind of get this sort of shadowy colour. Not too too colourful. And then leave that sort of light like that. We get a bit more texture into the foliage. Try the thick paint again. This needs to be kind of blended a bit. There we go. That warmth to that as well. There we are. I wonder if I could just warm the sky up a little bit. Oh, it was just a bit of a glaze and then just sort of, yeah. This is that evening look. I like it. Now, I'm not going to paint any of this distraction in the background. I'm just going to leave it really dark. Do I need to paint? I need a new layer now, that's for sure. I'm just wondering if I need to paint any details of these bricks in sort of like this. Just make the brush a bit a rough oil. We don't need, or rough thick. I don't need a lot of oil. Don't need to push that big either. Stop. Zoom in. Keep varying up the colour a little bit. Good idea actually to do that with a flat knife. Oops. We've got this vertical going in there. There. Whoops. Just felt that that colour was not quite right now. I've got to put the swans in. I'm going near this thick paint in the water. I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? Right, now the swans are going to be a bit tricky because the photo I've got isn't the original one I used. So, not very clear. I'm just going to have to make it up a little bit. New layer. Let's have a little bit of white. Let's just go in with a filbert brush just for now. And that is, I think it's about here. It's not too shabby, is it? Yeah, use that as an eraser. Now I do remember I do remember that in this particular painting I copied and pasted my swan, but I'm not going to do that this time because I'm better than that now. Razor off. Bit of a reflection going off here. A little bit darker. I've got to put a few more in, haven't I? This one in. I'm not putting them where they are on the photo because I don't think they're in the right place aesthetically in the photo, so I'm just gonna kind of make it up where I want them to go, like that. There we are. Oh, kind of made that. What's going off? I wonder if you can. Yeah, you can. I could kind of put a box around that and move it. Just to get it in a more aesthetic place. There we are. Deselect. Control D. Do I need any more swans in? Let's have a look. Possibly we could put a couple more in, I think. I think maybe a little one up here. And we need some of this sort of light. You know what? I think we need some of this light painting in here. Knife. Do not know what I'm doing there, to be honest. There we are, that's cool. Just takes shine to it a bit, doesn't it? Maybe that should kind of go there like that a bit as well. More swans. I'm just wondering if they're a bit light, you know. They need to be more this colour off the side of reflecting the colour off the bridge. I might do. Let's put one more swan in. can't remember what brush am I using. Ain't working. Let's just use that filbert. It's nice and easy to work with the filbert. Just an indication, isn't it, really? Choose the eraser to... Didn't get that right at all. What am I doing? Let's try again. Still on the eraser. That's better. You've got to get that curve. Like so. Well, it kind of looks right, but I just need to... That's it. Just cut through the reflection a bit. And maybe even just smudge. I wonder if I can use a blending tool. What have we got? Blend. Soft dots. Soft, noisy. Hard. What's that do? I kind of want to put... Oh, I know why it's not pushing the dark colour in. Because it's on the same layer. I need to merge all these layers down if I want to do that. Or... change the colour, that's better. Do it like that. Yeah, that feels more like it. I'm not going to go crazy with the swans. I think that's enough. These swans swam under the sun was setting, and the swans swam under the bridge. You know what? Some of that yellow on there. There's lots of them. Like it was night time, and they were all heading home to roost or whatever they do. That yellow adds a bit of pink. It was a real sight to see, to be honest. There, I think I quite like that. That's very different to the original picture. Let me put the original picture in the reference to show you. And I want you to tell me which one you prefer. Oops. Here's the original painting. And there we go. So that's the original one. This is where I'm at now. So very different. It's making me want to change it. I'm looking at it thinking, oh, I could just do that. I could just put a little bit of light across there, maybe like this. adds that little bit there, doesn't it? Whoops, not that bit though. There's loads more detail on the brickwork. But you know what, Stephen, don't just sign it. I'll put a link to this video if I can find it. It should still be on the channel somewhere. And I'd really like to know, which one do you like? Do you prefer the original painting I did or the new one, more in the style where I'm painting now? It was interesting to use Rebel compared to Artrage. This was painted in Artrage. This one's done in Rebel. Very interesting that. Anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.